Well, good morning, colonists. It's the 9th of September, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning. It's been fairly peaceful for a good number of days, and it has actually given the colony a decent amount of time to catch up on all of the chores that I have assigned to them. Raid Soft is tipsy. All of the females are being punished by a psychic drone. Yeah, Raid Soft is currently binging on alcohol. He's having another one of his moods. The stars are also wrong. Unbound to the proper order of the cosmos, the stars themselves seem to sting our eyes with a hateful scorn. Not a good thing. Sacrifices are discouraged. I think we will take that advice and not sacrifice any of these guys. In fact, we're going to be merciful, and we're going to release Hildegard here, who has been with us for a very long time. I want to say he's the one who's been around longer than anyone at this point. He's friends with Fifi. He's, of course, good friends with Squid. One of the nudist in there. Did he not like Flint? Okay, Flint's actually his lover. That's interesting. I'm curious if they fell in love while they were in there, if they were lovers the whole time. Hell, Flint. We'll even release you. I think both of you have earned your freedom. Squid is gonna continue to stay with us for a while. Plump grabs his gun, grabs Flint. You're being paroled today, Flint. We decided not to kill you. Sacrifice you to one of our gods. The thought did cross our mind, though. If we ever see you back here, Flint, what's your name? Neville Flint Slocum. If we ever find you back here, Flint, we're gonna slice your throat and feed you to some unspeakable horror. Not a whore you might find somewhere else. We've also researched pigeon posts on the lesser developed Rimworlds. We can now call traders and stuff. Unfortunately, not entirely sure how it works. We have a messaging table. Allows contact with remote traders coming from the ocean or inland waterways, as well as other factions for trade and diplomacy. It needs a post birdcage nearby. And the post birdcage, this will attract a bird capable of carrying messages over long distances. We'll have to feed them with raw food or hay. No fertilized eggs, every now and then. This needs to be placed near the message table. Okay, I'm gonna assume that this doesn't need to be placed outside. I wouldn't be completely surprised if I was wrong, you know? Can we put it in here? Just a cramped little accountant's office. That's where you're gonna go. Hopefully they can still move that worthless insect jelly. Put the post bird cage. That's cute. We can either have it be a bird or a box. A boxy cage. We'll have it be a bird because that looks cuter. Then we've got the trade marker glow. I need one glow crystal to make this. Required for trading. You can only sell goods that are near a trade goods marker. Can be placed indoors. Trade markers function as a torch. This one requires a rare glowing crystal to build, but it takes no fuel and produces no heat. Glowing crystals can be bought from exotic goods traders or traders who deal with those type of goods. Damn, that is mighty specific. I love that. And then we have the trade marker. Functions as a torch, produces light and heat, and requires fuel. Okay, so I can place this in here. And I can sell the items that are around it. Nice. So instead of having to research electronics and stuff and deal with orbital traders, we can just deal with land-based traders with a messenger pigeon system. I approve. Otherwise, it'd be like video 70 or 80 before we could do any type of long-distance trading or communication. Braidsoft is still chugging all of the beer. He's why we can't have any drugs in this colony. He's why the ambrosia had to be locked away until it rotted. What do we got here? Steel large totem. The title is Killer Kegsy with Black. On this piece is an illustration of a donkey and the parka of a thatcher. 5 uncles float in the distance. And the style is symbolic with sinuous elements. Okay. Unfortunately, it clashes with the totems that are out here. Those ones are made from bamboo. I think we'll place this one. Have 2 big totems back here, maybe. At some point, I'm going to expand these walls out. Make the dining room even bigger. So I'll need a large totem for that at some point. Problem is, I'm running out of places to stuff totems, especially large ones like this. Coral squid left there alone. I need to check his skills again. The hardest part of this game, decorating. What do you mean power? It needs power too? What? I feel like this is supposed to make power. But then it's fed to this, if I'm not mistaken. Someone haul this crap out of here. Get it gone. What are you doing? Refueling the wooden post birdcage with cheese. Well, I've got plenty of cheese. Aha, so that is how it works, okay. So you fuel the bird, creates 1 watt of bird power out of cheese. We now have a messaging table. Which I am not entirely sure how that even works, but I'm sure I will find out. Good, and they were actually smart enough to bring it out here so it can decay. I saw that freaking dry thunderstorm. I feel like the dry thunderstorms have increased in intensity and frequency ever since the volcanic winter arrived. The election is still going on. It's been going on for 6 days at this point. I'm not entirely sure why people don't know each other enough yet for this election to get underway. Also not entirely sure if there's anything I can do to help them get to know each other. Urgently haul this stuff. Anyways, it's the 9th of September, 7 o'clock in the evening. The colony has been peaceful for many days now, and I do not anticipate it remaining that way. We've got the medical area to finish here, the dojo to figure out with training dummies and stuff, and a couple more bedrooms to set up. At which point, whenever we return, if I can get those bedrooms set up, we'll probably go open either one of these rescue pods, or we're gonna tear down this wall. Maybe all of these walls, and see what's in here. Well, it is the 11th of September, 7 o'clock in the morning, and there's a couple things going on. We've got a caravan request. Nope! Not gonna do it. We've finished researching beds, now we're making gaming, but the most important thing is there is an election underway. The colony has selected a polling place right here, and they are now going to vote on who they want to be the leader. Kind of curious. I've never seen this before. Before you start working, guys, let's find out who is going to be the mayor. Who's going to be lynched and chased out of town while being tarred and feathered. Less than a year from now. Can't vote on an empty stomach. Everybody grab some breakfast. That was a rousing sermon that we had this morning up there in the Mushroom Palace. A continental breakfast for everyone. And just fill out your voting ballots and drop them in the totem head voting box. Right here, this one, I guess. I'm kind of curious. Who do these people trust with the future of the colony? I'm not even entirely sure what power a mayor has. What the hell is that? Okay. Kegsy is hunting a boar that I clicked on earlier. I see. You scared me, Kegsy. And the other wild boar instantly charges over and begins to eat the other dead boar. That is not why I had you hunt him down. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Let's see. Are you guys done voting yet? When do we get to figure out the results of this election? Attended a party! ×5. It's gotta be from the wedding. Got married, had amazing lovin', honeymoon phase, great sermon. For a moment I felt its divine presence among us. I could feel Haster's gaze staring down upon us. And for some reason it didn't absolutely terrify me to the very core of my essence. Need to find out what the next big project to work on is. There's a part of me that wants to wall off more of this outside area and add additional room types down here. Because I mean, if this colony lasts long enough. Oh, there was a comm trader in range. Wonderful. I haven't even actually attempted to use the messaging table yet, but eventually we're gonna actually have a use for steam geysers. Let's check this. Well, I don't want to force anyone to do anything until they're done voting. Quit cooking. Everybody stand down. Quit cooking. We've got an election to be held here, damn it. It's mandatory voting for every citizen of the colony. And Finch needs treatment, probably for asthma. Yeah. At some point, Finch, we are going to cut your lungs out and put better ones in. Wool has just been inspired. She will successfully recruit the next prisoner, regardless of difficulty. Well, check that in a moment. Well, I don't particularly care for squid. He has no good skills. He's a pyromaniac. He's slothful. The mayoral election resulted in a tie, and after a battle royale bickering match, Hinterland was the only one willing to continue arguing about it. The other candidates have withdrawn, leaving him the victor. So Hinterland is the new mayor of Purple Cap. He got 4 votes. That's a pretty good amount, I guess, considering how many people ran and how many people are in the colony. So, drug usage restrictions should be loosened. And create a bright future. Do you want more torches placed around? The mayor shouldn't meddle in the private affairs of colonists. Everyone should have access to the same things, and this job won't go to my head. He will now receive visits from his constituents in his room if he has one. If they have complaints, they will likely feel better after talking to him if he is, you know, good at talking to people and understanding their feelings. If he has a little bit of empathy and he's not a cold, political, bureaucratic, soulless bastard with those beady little doll eyes and that fake plastic smile. Having a beautiful room to meet them in won't hurt either. So we need to keep a close eye on him. He has no one to complain to, and bearing the burdens of an entire colony can be hard. Hinterland, I'm pretty sure your room is shit. Your room is shit. That is grade A shit. Don't mind me. Wool is getting demoted to the crap room. Because we don't need our mayor having a mental breakdown. Sorry, Wool. That is just how it goes sometimes. Let's see. Too smart, masochist, good-natured. I was hoping you would have the same stat that I think, like, Rebby has, maybe? Does Rebby have that? Aesthetic. Prefers to live in aestheticism. So, actually, Rebby, you can have that room, and... where is your room at? And Wool can have yours. And then that works out perfect. It'd have been better if I just switched Revy and Hinterland at first, but come on. Wool did have the nicer room here. It is currently classified as being decent. It's not horrible. Oh yeah. I've been waiting a while on this. Chainsaw only has 50% movement ability. We're going to install a right peg leg. Where are you, Chainsaw? You're currently on your way to rest. I even tried to change her work order. I thought I did. I thought I turned these down. Growing and cutting is nice, but I would prefer her to do something where she doesn't have to move around. I don't know how useful a peg leg is going to end up being to her, but we will find out. You can have the best healthcare, actually. That does mean glitter world medicine. You've lost your leg for the colony, Chainsaw. If you hadn't been brave enough to lure those bastards out of their cave hiding spot, they could have struck at any time. They could have struck when we least expected it, and we barely beat them casualty-free, even having the upper hand. So Chainsaw goes into the newly renovated and freshly finished. You're going to operate on Chainsaw, Fifi, because you're the best. But she goes into the newly renovated medical ward with both of the upgrades built. Room 10 infection chance factors down to 32%. Medical 10 quality offset with this is plus 2%. And yeah, immunity gain speed factor. If only we would have had that, maybe Shinmira and Niam would have been able to stay with us. Never forget. Killer Kegsy is idle for some reason. Don't I give you enough work to do? You know, I always need somebody who will craft stuff, so go craft. We never have enough granite or slate blocks. Fifi grabs the wooden peg leg and begins doing the dirty operation of attaching it to that stump. Boomrat's gotten poisoning. How you doing, Chainsaw? Right leg has a peg leg. It's 60% efficient. We've got anesthetic on. That's good. I don't see anything needing bandages. I don't see anything dealing with infection. And Slacks is on his way to meditate. You know, why don't you meditate on the meditation pad? A Muffalo is pregnant, yay. You are a Jedi. Put your nose in the corner and think about how to suppress your emotions. Speaking of that, I should probably check all of my Jedi. I'm sure they've got, yeah, 3 force points. And Finch heard us talking about her for force points, if I could spit the word out. And decides that she needs to have a smoke break. Well, you're probably going to have to get really good at healing yourself once you get lung cancer. Heal Other is so useful. Force Ghost. I think I'll continue to level up. We'll max those out. If we had lightsabers, I would totally be putting points into lightsaber skills. Lightsaber Reflection. Increases chances of reflecting deflected bullets back at targets by 20% per level. Yeah, that's... Everything about the Force is overpowered. Every last little bit of it. Let's see, for this, I need 9 points spent. I definitely don't have it. Increases rates of landing lightsaber attacks by 20%. Increases chance to block melee attacks and deflect bullets by 15%. Increases lightsaber damage by 20% per skill level. All Force users start with half damage on lightsabers until leveling this skill. Non-Force users can only deal a maximum of 10 damage. Okay. I'm going to level up Force Push with him. The 3rd level sounds fun. Pushes 12 tiles, stuns the target, and adds impact damage against walls. With a cooldown of 5 seconds. I'm going to abuse the fuck out of that. Force Pool. You know what? I should probably be leveling this up a little bit too. Decreases Force Power Force Pool consumption by 15%. That way, we can actually use our skills without having to wait a week between uses to recharge. Saldownik, you've only got 1 level, 1 point. You're dead to me. We should probably make you go dark, actually. You are a Grey Jedi. It's unfortunate that I gave you Heal Other. You might not be able to use it if you go totally dark side. Force Choke, Force Drain. So tempting. Let's level up Force Rage. We'll maybe take that maximum. Sends the enemy into a berserk state, which I think will force them, well, not force them, but they can even attack their own allies. So if we use that skill, probably suicide to use that skill though. Like, how close would he have to get? If I had him hiding back here, I probably could not have him use that ability on somebody who would just turn the corner here. Chainsaw can now walk again. Congratulations, Chainsaw. You gained a whopping 30% moving ability with that. You almost can move as much as KT, who is in middle stage pregnancy. Alice, why are you so hurt? Stab scar on his right leg. His right eye has a burn scar. He's got lung cancer. Not really anything I can do for him, is there? Could cut out the carcinoma. I don't think we need to install dentures. How bad is that burn scar? Right eye, efficiency. He's still got 78% efficiency out of that eye. Like, none of that stuff is too serious. Fifi, you're asleep. Damn. Everybody useful is asleep. I want to use the messenger bench right there. Who else is good at negotiating? Right, so if you got a skill of 7 in it, and you are the overnighter, so... Leader is unavailable for the 13th Infantry Division. I wonder why that is. Let's check our relations. Who is actually friendly with Mushroom Squad? Purple Beduero CH. Whatever. And the Vaults. So Purple Beduero. Beduero. Purple Beduero, and yeah. Let's call them, see what they've got going on. I think they're another tribal group like us, so probably won't have... If we can even trade this way, they probably won't have anything very good for us. We're gonna pretend that there's a window over there that he lets the bird fly out from. Let's see, Christian Wool. We're gonna call him Christian Swole. Greets Raidsoft and asks how the colony fares. We could ask for a trade caravan. We could ask for military aid, or we could offer them 150 silver. No, I'll offer them a gift of goodwill. And that is it. That is it. That is it, okay. I don't want to pay for a caravan. I kind of forgot about that. That was a thing. There's a part of me that wants to tear this wall down. Or at least put a doorway here. I think I must. That way people don't have to go from this room to this room and through these doors. It's one less step. These doors do slow everything down a little bit, but I like having heavy doors. I know some of the things that lurk out there in the infinite void, folks. I have seen them in other colonies. I would prefer to have very thick, heavy doors to hide behind. At least so we have time to say our prayers before our inevitable doom. Speaking of inevitable doom, let's place this. I need to free up some area over here. Some storage space. Fuck it. It's going right there. Still don't know exactly what I want to do with this one. We are researching gaming right now, which will give us more joy items. Billiards, chess, and poker tables, which is what I am pretty sure I'm going to place over here. Might have a couple tables, perhaps a little food. Can't think of what else I would even want over here. At some point I need to set up a training study room with like desks and that chalkboard and stuff. For now, we're not going to build the sign of Dagon. Don't even ask. It designates a spot where the Guardians of the Deep will rise out of the ground and murder fuck anything that tries to sneak through. Huh. I didn't see this medieval washpan before. That is another Another item. It's a shame that I don't have room to make it look nice. I don't have any more space to cram shit in there. Kind of unfortunate. Could mine these back walls out. Expand the room one. I did kind of leave a little bit of clay area there. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. Martial arts targets. I think we'll do one. We're gonna have 4 of them. If I could have them centered, I'd have one back to back here. That was simply not meant to be. We've also got archery targets. I don't want to build any of that stuff outside, though. Horseshoe pins. I'm not entirely sure where my hoopstone went. Maybe we lost it whenever we upgraded. We learned how to do horseshoes instead. It's kind of spooky. Could put some dartboards out here. Have a dartboard right there. Maybe right here, people have to walk in front of the darts. Could do dartboards all the way back here. See, just so many different possibilities of how we can decorate this wonderful little gaming room. And we still have so far to go. Half tempted just to turn it into like some type of dance floor area. Need to make a beeline straight for the LED floor tiles that light up. Let's see. For this room, what if this is probably going to look bad, but I'm going to build it anyways. Plywood panels, plywood flooring around the bamboo. Just because, I don't know, when a meteorite has fallen, it left behind a lump of compacted steel. It's actually kind of useful. A little bit terrifying. I'm curious what would happen if one of those were to hit my base. I assume we'll find out at some point. And these things do not take that much work. Good. Soon we'll have martial arts competitions and training underway in here. And anybody injured who goes too far can just mosey themselves back here through the mushroom hallway. I can't bring myself to harvest these things. Lifespan 15 days. Actually, I probably should. If their lifespan is only 15 days, it would be a waste. Let's harvest them. It would be a waste to let them die. To let their sacrifice... To let them be wasted. Even though they spoil in 11 days. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? Can be eaten as a source of protein. Does that mean I can make some fancy mills finally? That's something I haven't been able to make at all. Fine mill. Going to assume that I can't make fine mills because smoked meat takes priority. Do until we have 10. Okay. It's just a minor mood boost to have a fine mill instead of Vegemush. For a second I didn't see these in my stockpile and I was wondering where I had screwed up and they were hauled off to. Killer Casey is idle once again. want to see, where is the mayor? Attended wedding, won an election. Great sermon. He is part of the cult. He's got almost maximum cult mindedness. Decent bedroom, ate without a table. I don't really know why people eat without tables. He's got pretty good skills. Shooting, melee, great cook, a little bit of a psychopath. Chemical interest, gonna have to keep you away from the beer. Even though I guess that does make sense why you wanted the drug regulations loosened. And oh no, we lost 10 tobacco leaves. It's truly the worst of everything. You've got a granddaughter and a great-grandson, but you have no lovers. Your wife and daughter are dead. Probably brutally murdered out in the wastes. Your carcinoma is in remission. It's good to know. That's right, we do have a charisma implant. I don't know if I trust my colonists to install a brain implant yet. Okay. Who is missing the ear? It is Raid Soft on his left ear. Install an ear bandage on his left ear. That will make him feel better, I believe. It might actually remove his masochist in a little pain moodlet. So you don't actually get that bandage on your ear, Van Gogh. You can just stay as you are. I don't think that looks bad as flooring around the dojo. It'd be better if we had walls that were a little bit of a offset or a contrast, but it will do. The martial arts dummy is a place where you can train your martial arts with or without a weapon. And we are going to put study on for everybody. And kind of crank it down. It is a background ability. And so is teaching for these people. If they have absolutely nothing better to do, they can come out here and teach people. And Fifi would be really damn good. She's maxed studying, teaching, and researching now. And doctoring, almost. That is very impressive. We must protect her at all costs or our research will never get done. And the mayor is binging on nicotine. Already, his first day on the job. Really? He can't handle it. He has to have a shot of whiskey and a smoke break. Our first crude smoke leaf joints have been hauled up here. Smoke leaf buds clumsily rolled into leaves for smoking. The drug improves mood but also increases appetite, reduces focus, slows movement, gives cotton mouth. Can be produced without equipment at a crafting spot. It's not physically addictive, but the users may still develop a psychological dependence. I will not be assigning that to anybody. We've already got enough addictions running rampant through here, and I don't want them getting dependent on it for a mood boost. At least not yet. Not until I have, say, a stockpile of like 500. I haven't had to produce tobacco in quite some time, and we still have 388 cigarettes left. Killer Kegsy. Chopping up the smoke leaf. It is the 12th of September, 7 o'clock. And we rolling doobies. Maybe we can sell them for money on the black market soon. Well, it's the 5th of December. We've had another long stretch of peacefulness. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, and let's see, Ballas has a second lung with cancer now. We've finished a couple research things. We are now on Frementech. Avak has developed carcinoma because of drinking too much alcohol. Okay. Is that on his liver or something? Liver carcinoma. Minor but stable. We do have very good doctors here. They can stabilize almost anything. We also have another large sinkhole. And I think we're going to sacrifice a prisoner. Goodbye, squid. A sacrifice is starting. That is how we deal with these things, right? I'm half tempted to let it just stay down there, broadcasting darkness into the world. But despite the fact we are part of a cult, we still have to fight darkness whenever it shows up unless we all want to die. Fifi grabs Squid and begins to haul him to the pit. I'm sorry, Squid. It didn't work out, bro. It just did not work out. If you weren't like a pyromaniac psychopath or a sloth pyromaniac, I would have really considered it, but I mean, that pyromaniac trait, come on. I've already got enough of those by having like one. I'm pretty sure we actually have 2 or 3, which is way too many. We definitely don't need any more. And you know, you're doing a good thing here. We don't know what this is. It's something evil and ancient and otherworldly. And for all we know, Squid, we've been put here to stop it from taking over the world. We just have to bide our time and not get overrun by the evil. That is such a long way down there. Sanity laws. I was curious if the animals would have sanity loss, but they will not. Got some llama studs, a rare black rhino. Cut its horn off and sell it on the galactic market for who knows how many Rimworld shekels. The training dojo is coming along nicely. We've got matching colored statues in the front. They all tell a story. Family number 3. This was made by Killer Kegsy. This piece bears a representation of Avak, adding surface detail to a cult altar with a satisfied expression on her face. 5 housewives, 5 of them, marvel at the cult altar. There is a raccoon to the right of the main scene. Almost every shape in the image seems to be rectangular. This representation refers to Avak finishing construction on a cult altar, the 14th of April. And then we've got this one by Kegsy as well. It's called One by Deep One. This piece resembles Avak disabling a Deep One with a DLT-19 heavy blaster rifle, seemingly without remorse. 5 rhinos look on. The subjects are in front of a desert, and the work has a cell-shaded feeling and a very dynamic structure. It relates to him killing a Deep One. A dead caterpillar is shown off to the side in this one. This work bears an illustration of an approaching wave of flames advancing towards a small town. It's for the firestorm. Oh yeah, the volcanic explosion is finally over with. Raidsoft will have shooting accuracy. Wonderful. And this relates to Kegsy finishing crafting furniture, which he is really good at. Almost all of these rugs, these big rugs and the large statues, and even a lot of the smaller statues were all crafted by him. I guess Zero Lives did all the small ones. What am I talking about? We had to bring in a real pro for the large ones, though, and to weave us rugs that weren't going to fall apart. I put a really cheap, shitty rug in Revy's room because he doesn't want a nice bedroom. I can't put anything too nice in there. He will become quite upset. We've got 4 idle colonists. 4 of them. How exciting is that? 5 of them. I'm actually perfectly fine with a bunch of colonists. just hanging out and chilling and chatting for a while. Let's see, what else? What else do I need to do? I need to decorate this place at some point. We did get some new joy items. We got a chess table. Let's make it out of wood. I think I can fit 2 chess tables here. Don't want to put a scenic bench inside, so we'll have those. We'll have chairs around them. A billiards table. Billiards table, I might say. Could make it out of bamboo. That would be pretty interesting. Okay. It takes 80 cloth, 30 wood, and 80 bamboo. It's like, how much room do I want it to take up and where? Maybe right in the middle here. We've got a poker table. Can make out of bamboo as well. 80 cloth, 30 wood, 80 bamboo. Those take the same. Okay, I see. Unfortunately, it doesn't show me how much space it needs, so... I really wonder if anyone will even play poker. Place it right there. Why not? Is there anything else? Bookcases, martial arts, dartboard. I just feel bad having people throw it across doorways. That seems dangerous and unsafe. Okay. No darts for anyone. I don't want any of my colonists to lose an eyeball. On the sides, I'm gonna make cheap, crappy stump chairs. Because why not? And we will just ring that thing with stumps. Okay. What else do we want to throw down? Simple tables, pews. Shelves are nice. People can store clothing on them. Like, if you don't want to have to put a stockpile down, you can build one of these. I actually don't know the whole purpose. It does seem kind of redundant. It looks nice. And yeah, you can put it outside and items won't deteriorate. Even though you could probably just build a cheap roof over something. And the items under it would not deteriorate. What else do we got? Surely we've got something else that we can build. A turret base! A manable weapon base. This turret comes without a gun. You'll need to install one before you can use it. Okay. What is the entire purpose of that? Does it, like, increase the accuracy or something? Work to build a manable weapon base. Maybe it provides additional defense to whoever is manning it? I'm kind of curious. I've never built one of these before. You can also make pitfall traps. A pit dug in the ground full of spikes with fake ground cover. When the victim steps on the fake cover, the victim falls into the pit and is impaled by spikes. That's pretty gruesome. It would take 175 steel. So what if I put one like here and here? Had that manned. I'm gonna put them like that. Okay, that's good enough. Then tear that up. In fact, get both of those walls gone. I will kind of build a fortification around this, so it's filled in. The main dangerous thing with turrets like this, and I'm kind of curious if I should move them up or shrink this down, perhaps. But yeah, I think I should. So something like that, perhaps? No, don't deconstruct it yet. We'll get this build. I'll tear this stuff down. We'll add some more barbed wire, perhaps. I don't want to be too far in front of the turrets because they will mow people down. It kind of shrinks us down. I think that's probably a better design overall anyways. Yeah, maybe not. We haven't really been put to the test yet, though I'm sure that time will come. Put this up. What weapons would we even put on there? I sold a bunch of them. We've got a long SE-14 blaster. We could put a machine pistol on there. A scout blaster. So basically, once we get those built, I don't have any real good weapons to put on there. An old-fashioned rifle. That'll be great. I'm curious how much of an actual effect it has. Raidsoft is still hammering out our bricks. We have a bunch of them. 1,400 granite blocks, 600 slate. We're getting enough of them to the point that I'm going to be expanding the base even more very shortly. The very first thing, once this is done and I'm done rearranging this, I am most likely going to extend this wall out into over here. That way any enemies coming from this direction are forced to funnel through here, which will pinch them down if they are a large enough group, and then funnel them out here. I may even build more walls that funnel people into single file lines, so whenever they come out over here, it's one at a time and we can just basically unload on them. I will probably also build a wall over here, maybe over here, like up like this, so any enemies coming from the other direction have to come up through this narrow channel, and we'll be forced to go through the same little corral to kind of split up their forces, so we're not met with a tidal wave of meat all at once. In fact, what do I have the most of? Granite blocks. I think I'm going to designate that now. It is not likely that enemies will actually attack these walls as long as there is a path to my base. I don't know why the AI works like that, but it does. Hintolin has just been inspired. His shooting accuracy will be improved. I would be perfectly happy if we didn't have to worry about shooting accuracy or shooting period for quite some time. So let me put a wall there. I am going to make this a little bit of a pain. Need to cut this tree down. Get out of here, tree. Like I said, I'm gonna... We're making a corral here. Bulk goods trader. Interesting. This is kind of a waste, but whatever. And so they will channel through here, maybe bunch up and get screwed up in here for a second, and then come out through here and we will just unload on them. That's how I imagine it playing out in my head. How it actually plays out, we will see. A trade ship is passing nearby. They are known as Starlight Industries. They're a bulk goods trader. So yeah, I didn't think that the birds would be able to talk to ships in space, but they can, so fuck it. We're gonna see what the bulk trader has to purchase and trade for here. We don't have a whole lot to offer. They've got hens and cocks and geckos, and we could sell all of our gazelles. Not a bad price. The boom rat is too valuable to sell. Really tempted to sell the Komodo dragon. Ooh, they've got Brahmin, 2 females though. Sunset Sarsaparilla, a refreshing sarsaparilla flavored soft drink that predates even Nuka-Cola. Okay, I don't know if my tribals are ready for that much flavor just yet. Nutramine, that's something that can be made with the boom rat milk. They don't produce drinkable milk. They produce some type of weird chemical. Tons of leather, good lord. Bulk goods indeed. Medicine, birth control. I don't know why I would want anybody in this colony to be on birth control just yet. I could even buy slate blocks from them. It's interesting. If I didn't have so many, I would seriously consider it. Could buy a wood. Pretty cheap, too. And it would be beamed directly here, I think. You know what? Let's buy that. That will put us very far ahead in our wood stockpiles for keeping, like, the lights on, the torches and stuff. Being able to build coolers. Who knows when the next heat wave will arrive now that the volcano fun is over with. Sell you. Sell you, sell you, sell you, sell you. Sell you. I need to sell pretty much everything. It's all garbage. It's all crap. What else? Pip-Boy, awful no. Sailor's caps, yeah. They don't offer any protection. I'd almost rather my colonists not wear anything. Just so we can see their hair and their faces for a change. And I always have these aces up my sleeves, the beta poly helmets. Goodness gracious. Tough deep hide chaps. I've got my own deep hide leather, thank you very much. Patchwork, leather, US Army utility, UCP. A utility cap, but you have to call it a cover or the drill sergeant will kill you. It's a true story. We'll buy that for somebody because why not? Utility cap, but you have to call it a cover, or the drill instructor will kill you. One, yeah. Marines and Army, they got the terminology right. I'm kind of shocked. Okay, I probably shouldn't be. It's probably an actual soldier working on that mod. Let's see. What do I want to do? I'm willing to pay them that much. It's not a whole lot. And now that we've got the ability to communicate, I can start crafting stuff to actually sell it, instead of just holding on to it. So yeah, I'll accept that. Sploosh! Haul urgently. Yes. Even haul the wood. So, that's our first trade transaction. I'm pretty pleased with it. The purple cap is gathering for a sermon. I wasn't sure what to expect, but they had some decent goods. I'm kind of excited to see what else our tribal members will be offered by these wonderful space merchants, I guess. You know, also, hang on. I completely forgot. It's inactive. Somebody go fill that hole. Fifi is gonna go fill the pit. Ah, dang it. And it pulled the preacher away. Okay. I don't know why Fifi needs to be the one to fill in the pit. I'd rather her not be out there all alone. Max, research, great medicine, social, animals. Who do I have? Hintelin. I want you down there. I want a bodyguard for the head doctor and head researcher in our colony. It's always possible an animal goes wild and crazy and wants to tear a new one, and since she's a pacifist and not even armed, yeah, let's play it safe. You might notice my gerrymandered grass growing zone right here. I did not know that it could grow in the sand with only 6% fertilization, but then I was lazy and just drew a big old rectangle up here, and indeed it can grow in the sand. I went a little bit overboard planting grass because even the wild animals were coming up here and eating our grass. My animals were starving. We're getting close to it. We're about ready to have another muffalo calf delivered into our midst. Future food. Fifi can hear human cries from below as he shovels into the pit. You know what? No. I did this last time and I changed my mind. I'm not going to change my mind. Here's human cries from below. I am actually curious what this pit is. And we're not going to fill it in. A massive tunnel that burrows deep beneath the earth. A strange chanting can be heard from deep within. Maybe it'll be some type of group that we can meet. Maybe they're chanting, they'll come out and they'll want to see us and trade with us. Ask us why we're throwing naked men into the sinkhole that they opened up to communicate with us. Seemed like a good idea. KT and Avok are hanging out, drinking beers, kicking back and relaxing. Ballas, how is your health? Carcinoma in his right and left lung, minor and growing. That is just sad. After all he's been through. You gotta remember, he was the front lines bruiser for us. I would say he saved some of those raids where we were attacked. It's disappointing to see nobody using the martial arts targets, but I'm sure that time will come. Study and teaching. Somebody's bound to want to go punch this stuff at some point. Anyways, it's the 6th of December. It's noon. And the colony is peaceful. Except for the big sinkhole down here that we have thrown a body into. It is now inactive. We are going to watch it for a while.